on his wife's face. Donald was extremely annoyed. Opening their cafe tomorrow was meant to be one of the best moments of their lives, and yet this mad woman was here upsetting his Mary and threatening to spoil the joyous occasion. "I can assure you, Frida, that Mary and I will not be giving free drinks or food to anybody, and our customers will also be served in the order they arrive in. Now, if you don't mind, could I please ask you to leave? Mary and I still have lots of work to do before we open tomorrow, and we have very little time left to accomplish that task." Absolutely furious that her sound advice hadn't been listened to, Frida stood up, stomped towards Donald and poked him in the chest. "Dig your own grave. What do I care? But don't say I didn't warn you. The Butlers, remember the name. They catch people in their trap, just like spiders do," she yelled, as Donald escorted her out of the cafe. "Oh, my God! What have we done, Donald? And who the hell are the Butlers?" Mary asked, when her husband had locked the door. Donald took his wife in his arms. At 6 foot, he towered over Mary's 5-foot frame. He was the man of the family, and protect her he would. "Do not worry yourself, my darling. Frida is obviously the mad local scaremonger. And even if that Butler family do come in here, we won't have any problems with them. I can absolutely assure you of that." Nestling herself against Donald's broad chest, Mary breathed a sigh of relief. Her husband's instincts were never wrong. 5 minutes later the jukebox was back on, and Mary and Donald worked happily side by side. They sang in unison to the Beatles' Help. But what they didn't realise was that in the not-too-distant future they would be needing help themselves. Every word that Frida Smart had spoken happened to be the truth. She wasn't mad. Nor was she a scaremonger. She was just a realist who had done her utmost to warn a decent family of the perils of moving to Whitechapel. Chapter 1. "There's 2 people waiting outside, Daddy. Can we open the door now?" asked young Nancy Walker. Urging his 11-year-old daughter to come away from the window, Donald smiled as Nancy skipped towards him. Nancy was like a miniature version of her mother, petite, blonde, with blue eyes and a cute button nose. "How are we doing for time, Donald?" Mary shouted out. Holding his daughter's hand, Donald led her into the kitchen. "We have 20 minutes until our business officially opens, my dear," he said proudly. He had worked 2 jobs for many years to secure his and Mary's aim of a better life for themselves and their family. He'd even worked at weekends while Mary brought the children up nigh on single-handedly. But it had been worth it now they had achieved their dream. "Look, Dad, I buttered all that," Christopher said, pointing towards a stack of bread. Donald ruffled the hair of his 8-year-old son. Christopher looked nothing like his mother and sister. He took after his dad with his brown hair and his chocolate-coloured eyes. "Can you put that cake in the display cabinet for me, Donald? Oh, and turn the jukebox on as well," Mary ordered. Donald raised his eyebrows to the ceiling at the mention of the jukebox. He'd been totally against purchasing such an object. He'd finally relented when Mary explained her exact reasons for wanting one. "I don't want ours to be like some grotty old transport cafe, Donald. I want it to be vibrant and modern. If we buy the jukebox outright, just think of the extra income we'll earn with people putting all their pennies in. We don't want a cafe full of old-age pensioners, do we? We want to attract a younger crowd that have money to spend, and music is the best attraction of all. That new band, the Rolling Stones, would liven up a graveyard," Mary insisted. Donald sat down on one of the posh plastic shiny red chairs that his wife had fallen in love with. She had an eye for decor, did his Mary, and Donald had to admit she'd done a bloody good job. Red and white had been her colour theme, and apart from the picture of James Dean that sat proudly on the wall opposite the jukebox, everything was a mixture of those 2 colours. Thinking how trendy and also how very American it all looked, Donald smiled, stood up and walked into the kitchen. "I can't wait any longer. Let's open the door now, shall we?" "Can I open it?" Christopher shouted, grabbing his father's arm. "No, I want to do it," Nancy said obstinately, pushing her brother out of the way. "Behave yourselves, please. Seeing as your mother designed this, and buying a cafe was all her idea in the first place, it will be her that opens the door to the public." Eyes shining with excitement.